Hello! I almost clicked start streaming by accident. That'd been awkward. We are back with the post chat of The Dead Border. I'm joined with Nurse Keeks and Raina Reads again. So, how did you guys find it?
It's
Um,
good. Yeah.
it was
It was.
brutal on the rolls. I'm not gonna lie.
It was brutal on the rolls, but like when it came to like the combat and when it mattered, somehow they just stuck.
Happens every time when I do these. Like I suck at when it comes to like investigating or anything like that, even though I've got good stats. But then it comes to the fighting, and somehow I just managed to do it.
Prayer, yeah. It's like I like some of the attacks. Like, that creature is literally meant to kill.
Mm.
It is actually. It's not actually meant to be a creature. It's meant to be like Gardiner's body
Restructured.
He's meant to like come back. Well, not Gardiner himself. The thing is meant to come back and inhabit the body. But I thought, nah, that's not creepy enough. I want a creature. It was like when Keeks put the duvet over the body, I was like, no, this is like, this was what I was waiting for.
Well, logically, I was like, well, let's save some sanity for Ophelia if I cover the body, which you're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah, she was freaking out.
So,
I was like cooking up ideas. I was in my dark corner of my little library. I'm like, I got this. He's gonna like break the jaw and come out of the neck. It's gonna be really. And then it was like duvet. I was like, oh.
Think of it this way: you're adding an extra layer when we can hear it, cannot see it.
Yeah.
That was true. I was not expecting such a strong response. I feel from like the being able to hear it but not see where it was coming from.
The only bit that got me was literally when those nails went straight
into the nail board, like the wooden flooring, like
yeah. I was like, oh fuck me, they're long.
Yeah, like, so does anyone have any questions or like on things that happened around the map, but not the map, around the scenario? Does anyone have any questions of what Gardiner was doing, what led him to do this?
Yeah. So we found the laudanum and the cocaine just in the bedside table.
Mm-hmm.
He also mentioned in his journal that he was able to put himself in that state. Was he putting himself in that state by like doing drugs and then going to sleep, basically?
I think isn't it like I can't remember how you pronounce it.
You're cutting out, Geeks.
Is it a satastonic state?
He was indulging in like substances to try and like recreate the ability to dream walk.
So it's like I know they don't take drugs, but it's like the Stranger Things scene where she has to be in a submerged in water kind of transfer.
You're constantly cutting out, unfortunately, Geeks. Sorry. Carry on. I wasn't stopping you. It's just
She's left.
Oh,
I think she's gonna come back. Yeah.
Oh, she has. Oh.
Yeah.
Better for you?
Yes.
Yes. So you were saying about the Stranger Things?
I was just saying it's similar to Stranger Things where she has to be submerged in the water to go over to the other side. That's it. That's all I was trying to say.
See, I haven't watched Stranger Things, so...
I know you haven't, and that's on you because it's a really good fucking show, and it's a psychological horror. It's that otherworldly shit that you like, and you just won't.
Cosmic horror.
I think you would like it. Yeah, it's
I probably
cosmic,
would. Yeah, I probably would.
And Scoops Ahoy Steve is just my world. I would die for that man.
So James Gardiner, he had this ability to dreamwalk, being able to access a realm beyond ours called the Dream World. It's part of the a bunch of H.P. Lovecraft stories. I think it's in the Dunwich Horror. Potentially.
I wonder if that's why they call it HP Source.
Maybe. But it's part of the Dream series that H.P. Lovecraft wrote about, which detailed this other world. He was able to do this for quite some time, and then eventually lost the ability to, which kind of led him down this like ramble of trying to recreate the ability to dreamwalk again.
Okay.
Eventually, he was able to do it, but met this like person, which I refer to as the dreamer in the little journal thing. They were a malevolent spirit that resided in the dream world, and so they took them on this quest to try and find the Book of Dreams to be able to recreate this like cursed ritual, which in actual sense, the way that the dreamer inscribed it to Mr. Gardiner wouldn't have actually transported his soul to the dream world. In fact, in the actual scenario, James Gardiner's spirit has left, but was unable to travel to the dream world and would have been stuck in perpetual traveling for millennia, basically. What the ritual actually did was it created a portal for the creature to come through, which is the scribing on the gate. It's the scribings that are on his head, his body. Not only did they act as like armor, it's the spell itself is referred to as "Prepare Thy Flesh." It's basically a reskinned version of Flesh Ward, which is a Cthulhu spell that increases, like, basically gives you natural armor through scarification.
Okay.
So that was it. James Gardiner basically was tricked into a ritual unaliving. Sorry, should I say? I'll skip that part. So that I can keep this uploaded on YouTube. A ritual unaliving to go to the dream worlds.
I think the spiraling was quite interesting as well, because I know that in Junji Ito's Uzumaki, I believe it is, there's a lot of like spiraling in that.
Yeah, spiral seem to pop up a lot when it comes to like cosmic horror. I wonder whether it's like something to do with like the impact of like insanity or something. But did you guys have an idea of what the knife was?
No, I had no idea. Or do you have any idea, Keeks?
I could only assume it was made from part of the creature itself.
Ooh, that's a good guess. But no, the actual knife itself was obsidian.
See, I had obsidian in my head,
obsidian?
But yeah.
Mind you, I suppose it was cultic, so it could shimmer purple. You are correct. Carry on, sorry.
I felt like obsidian was like purplish. Am I like
purpley black? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, obsidian. Obsidian. Am I thinking of a different one? Yeah, obsidian itself only reflects the color that's in front of it because it's so black. It's literally a void. You can get a purple kind of, a bluish obsidian, but if the blade itself is black, it would have to be reflecting. I only know this because I have a lot of obsidian jewelry.
Well, I blame Minecraft for this. Curse you, Minecraft.
I'm sorry. I'm a gem nerd. I love me some stones.
You're fine. Yeah, there was obviously the other like person living in the house at the time. You could have spoken to Mrs. Madeira.
Nah, we don't need help. We were good.
Well, she was the neighbor opposite Mr. Gardiner's office, or not office, studio apartment.
Okay. I owe you an apology. You can get a combination obsidian of purple luster and black obsidian.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen purple. Yeah.
The only difference is the reason it's purple is they put like a luster dust in it to add the color. But with it being what it is, you can have purple obsidian.
Okay. yeah, you could have asked her a bunch of questions. She's like kind of like the nosy neighbor to Mr. Gardiner, basically.
Okay.
She wouldn't have like been able to provide much. She would have just known that there was no signs of like struggle. That he took an early retirement, basically became a recluse. At like 10 o'clock 2 nights before the scenario happens, that she could hear like singing coming from Mr. Gardiner's room, which would have been him chanting out the note that Ophelia translated, because it was unusual and not in English. And it ended quite suddenly. But yeah, like is there any other sort of like thing like
The book that I picked up originally, did that have anything to do with what was going on in the moment, or was that something else? You don't have to give me full context. The one that took me to the
the bookend
made you go inky, yeah.
So there
the
was
living nightmare that was like basically underwater.
So the actual like stack of shelves, there wasn't enough to fill like the actual book itself, so they put like a statuette bookend on the actual thing, which is like cursed. That's why it felt like slimy. It was like it has the like an influence of Cthulhu mythos into it, mainly because it does look a bit like Cthulhu himself.
Hot.
I actually have the same statue. I think the one it's referring to, I actually have a statue of it. I saw it in a shop.
Does it do the same thing when you touch it? Do you need to do a sanity roll and then
Wait, Thari, why is yours slimy?
Moving on.
I do have a question, actually.
Yeah.
We never found out where he found the Book of Dreams.
So the Book of Dreams was actually sourced from Greece. That is why it's written in Greek. Eventually, he found someone that was selling it overseas. He got it imported in, and then he was able to like. There are a few pre-made characters for this scenario. One of them being a bookshop owner. Funnily enough, another bookshop owner that actually had some of these books go missing from their thing. That's their like that's their role play hook, is that some of their books have gone missing. They're trying to find out where they are. Mr. Gardiner himself actually borrowed those books on like Dream Study. So it's why like their roleplay hook is I need to get these books back. And trying to figure out why Mr. Gardiner had took these books and then like what kind of studying he was doing and such.
Okay.
If neither of us knew Greek, would you have done a different language for it and just changed it up a little bit? Like I know that Ruby knows Latin, for instance. Would you have changed it to like Roman, or would you have just let us both suffer?
So one of the books, the primer in Greek vocabulary, I would have probably allowed you to have done a sort of roll to figure if you can translate translate like the note. I don't think I would have allowed you to have done the Book of Dreams in such a short amount of time. It was just very, very lucky that you decided to pick Greek as your like second language from the bookstore thing. Otherwise, I would have been mean. I would have gone, no, you have no clue what this language is. It looks, if you tried to have translated it yourself, because I think you can. I think it's like probably like 1 or 5 or something. I would have allowed you to have kind of like sort of translated it, but I would have otherwise have said it's either otherworldly or you don't know what this is.
Okay.
But the fight, I love the fight between you two for the book. It's just like
I had to get it off them. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna whack them.
so.
As soon as you were like, I'm gonna take them, I was like, no, mine.
The book itself is actually cursed.
Wonderful.
If you would
Oh,
have,
well, it was down my pants, so sweet.
well, no, so you succeed. You weren't infatuated by the book. You thought it was evil and it needed to be destroyed. Which would you have done that at the end of the scenario?
She better not have done.
I mean, it was down my pants, and I was pretty much distracted by the thing trying to.
Well, like from the weeks following, would you have destroyed the book, or would Ophelia have tried to?
If I knew it was no good, I'd have stabbed it with the blade I found.
Do you want to do?
I think I would have tried to stop her.
Do you want to do a post-game stealth roll, Ophelia, to try a post-game stealth roll to see if you get it?
Okay. This is not going to go well.
Oh,
I'm going to also spend 2 to go get an extreme success as well.
Oh, okay.
It's like post, but I need this book.
Are you actively defending this book?
Give me a minute. I didn't realize we were still needing it open. You're gonna have to give me a minute.
No, you're fine. You're
I
fine.
realized I was gonna have to fight for like someone trying to stealth steal a book from down my bloomers.
So
I doubt it'd still be in your bloomers at that point.
It's been in my bloomers for 5 days.
She's not changed her underwear.
I'm saving up for a new dress.
So yeah, the book itself, the creature would have tried to have stolen anyway and run off with it.
No.
The book does contain like 2 spells you could have picked up on. So travel to the Dreamlands, which is a mind transfer spell, and prepare the body. Sorry. So the creature like actively fights for it, which is why it, instead of trying to attack you guys, it didn't even have the chance to attack you guys. You guys put it down so quickly. And like I'm not pulling any punches, I'm not like holding any hands. Like you legit somehow managed to put him down in like 2 hits. Well, 3 hits.
So what am I rolling?
Spot hidden. You have to be an extreme success, which you can do.
My luck points.
Which you
can I spend mine?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll spend 2 of mine.
I would have said that you would have spotted Ophelia multiple times over the next few days trying to take the book back.
Okay, I'm gonna destroy it.
All right.
No.
And with that, the book is destroyed.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't let it take you.
But if Raina had
worth so much money.
if Ophelia had had the book for longer, it would have eventually convinced her to do the same spell.
Oh.
To transport over to the Dreamlands, kind of. It's a tainted spell.
Yeah, so you had to knock you flying on the head.
So you would have also tried to have opened up a portal. And but it was just the fact that you're like, I want to hit her over the head with a book.
Well, that was my best. Like stagger her with a bong on the head with a heavy book, and then steal it.
Sort of internalized rage. She's been holding it in for a while.
Well, I was like, you've already been bonked on the head by a jar of coins. Another smack on the head's not going to do much more damage.
Just extra concussion.
Extra concussion. Right? Double concussion.
Right? I can deal with that. I got some lithium for you, don't worry.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
You still got that cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh, you just pocketed that. You just pocketed it, didn't you?
We took the stuff with us. Why not?
Why not?
Just the fact that they like came in like, well, this murder already looks like it's been solved. Just like,
yeah, time for some cocaine and wine.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, it would have been gin.
Gin?
Well,
it had been prohibition.
Gin.
It would have been bathtub gin because it had been prohibition.
Yeah, I can get gin. Don't worry.
your
You can make
your
it.
Field.
what was it? What was it you called it during the
Oh,
giggle juice?
Giggle juice.
Giggle
That's what they
juice.
Yeah.
called it. That's what they called it, giggle juice. Because obviously you couldn't say, go and get some gin. They'd be like, off to get some giggle juice.
But yeah, so I think like the stats of like the creature. Do you want to know how much health it had?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
So it had 17 health plus 5. 5 for being the armor of the prepare thy flesh.
Okay.
Which would have been so in a normal sense, every round that would have been reduced by 1, but in this way, the actual magic lines absorb the thing, so it gets ablated. Um
So we both did half damage then, didn't we?
Pretty much. I was
Because
not
I did
expecting two
11.
extremes.
Yeah.
Glad I pocketed that revolver.
I know.
Yeah, 1d6 to lose, like you would have lost if you'd saw it. Which surprisingly you both succeeded.
Every DM or lawkeeper's nightmare is when you succeed the ones they want you to fail. How mad are you about that?
If you, as long as my players are having fun, I'm having fun. That's
honest.
all.
It was fun.
Be honest.
What do you mean?
You said at the beginning.
You're
that
right.
you
I
were
hated
gonna
it.
get us
I hated
killed.
that you killed it so quickly. I wanted to kill you
Guess what?
guys.
Guess what, Mr. Lawkeeper? Ruby Quinn survived 2 of your campaigns.
Yeah.
Bring it on, bitch.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm screwed next time I bring her.
Oh,
Solve some
definitely.
more mysteries.
Definitely.
Ayo, I heard that.
What?
What?
Did you not say what I thought you said?
I said
off to solve some more mysteries.
Oh, I thought you said I'd screw you. Never mind, carry on.
What?
Whoa. Okay.
I heard what I wanted to hear. Leave me be.
Keeks has been on the Google juice.
I am.
Giggle juice.
Been on that bear piss and now I'm hearing what I want to hear.
But I feel like this is the first scenario we've ran that actually has mentioned a Cthulhu god.
I know.
So-
Yes.
Like, all these ones I'm playing, it's more just to see if I can get my hands on them Cthulhu grippers, you know?
Well, not only Cthulhu, but Yog-Sothoth, the gate and the key.
Yeah. That was really
I still have the
interesting.
key as well.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I don't think that's the key for. I think that might have been the key for the nightstand that we smashed by mistake.
Oh, well,
To be
there
honest.
we go. 2 birds, 1 book. I smacked you on the head, you smashed the nightstand. Perfect.
Yeah.
um,
With Yog-Sothoth, I've actually literally just been reading about the Dunwich horrors. So it was really interesting to have this scenario come up straight after like doing it. I was still about halfway through the story, I believe. But very interesting to hear about it.
I believe he's like one of the strongest. He's, I think Azathoth is the biggest, like most powerful eldritch god. I think it's, if I remember correctly from what I researched, if Azathoth ever wakes up, it's end of life as it is, because he will just annihilate everything. Yog-Sothoth has like a throne world that he has of immense knowledge and basically the gateway to everywhere. If a mortal being goes inside that, they are basically immediately rendered insane from the amount of knowledge that just gets absorbed. Like, picture like, you know, the woman at the end of Indiana Jones and the Crystal Maze when like all the aliens are like, we bestow the knowledge, and like
I've
her
never
mate.
seen it.
Oh, have you not? Oh, okay.
I don't watch Indiana Jones, sorry.
No, you're fine. There's basically the scene at the end of the film. It's like these alien, like this skull that they've been carrying, it turns out to be aliens, and like their whole reward of restoring this like skull is, oh, we'll bestow infinite knowledge into
Probing?
your brain.
Oh, yeah, that makes
And like
sense.
her head just explodes basically, and the temple like blows up.
Well, it's that I think what I find fascinating about the actual human brain is we only use a certain percentage of it. And I like the amount of movies and books and stories that are written about like if we unlock like the full potential of our brain, how either one we like most would be incapable of surviving through it, or a lot of people also believe that if we did use more percentage of our actual brain power, we would have inhuman abilities or
The Mutant X gene.
I think Lucy.
I love Mutant X. It's a good show.
Lucy was the film, weren't it?
Yeah, it was.
With
I think
Scarlett
it's Scarlett
Johansson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it purely for the plot.
She watched it because Morgan Freeman was in it.
No,
No, because Scarlett Johansson.
I have so many Black Widow friggin' figures, and then I'm not even going to tell you how many movie posters I've got with her on it. My queen.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, this scenario definitely is gonna have to have some sort of trigger warning at the start. I feel for like the content that's inside. It is definitely the most darkest one I've wanted to do. But it's the darkest one I have done. I've wanted to do this one because I feel like the actual like scenario of like solving a murder, having a beast come out, horror, you know, I like the idea of wanting to do this.
Oh my god, just back onto the other subject, but then we'll get back to this, obviously. She also voices the Princess Mermaid in the SpongeBob movie.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so I've
the snake. And the snake in the live action Jungle Book.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she sings the Trust in Me.
I always thought that was me a male voice. But maybe that was like the original one.
It was in the original, yeah.
In the live action, it's Scarlett Jo Sexy Hansen.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, so it's been a struggle like finding like the right people to run this with that are like accepting of certain themes that are in this. And thankfully, like you guys were creepily okay with like a lot of the stuff on my content list that I said.
Whoa. What do you mean creepily okay?
The amount of green on the list.
You don't mind me saying this, but Raina's actually has like an actual like tile that she's like retyped and said, It is scary how much this is like how green this is. Concerning amount of green, I know. That is.
I have a lot of horror content that
I mean
consume in general.
I can't remember how many I put as non-green.
I think there were only a few for me that I put as orange, and I only put it as orange because I was thinking, you know, if I was thinking of the absolute extremes, I wouldn't have been very happy with that, for instance. But pretty much all of it would be green within reason.
Yeah, I mean, you both like circled the same amount of like orange, pretty much. Without, I hope you guys don't mind talking about this. There is one obviously that's fully red for Keeks that I won't say, but as these are, you know, I tried to. It's a horror game. You're meant to be scared, and you were scared, which I'm really happy about. But it shouldn't be scared to the point where, you know, it starts to affect you actually physically. But yeah, I think like it was a fun-filled, horror-scaring. I just love it when people are like in the middle of the session, like, "Oh, this is actually like really unnerving me now." Like seeing like Raina actually like physically recoil on her model, it was funny to me. And it was just a I enjoy doing these. I think it's just like it's fun having like this cosmic horror kind of vibe to like having the mystery as well. Having there always be like some sort of mystery that needs to be solved and not knowing what the actual full solution is until after is nice, I think.
Well, I felt bad because when obviously when Raina was doing the occult rolls, the reason I kept asking if I could do it as well is because I've got 55 points in occult.
Oh.
So I was like, I might be able to do this.
Yeah.
I don't think you were stealing anyone's thunder by doing that. I mean,
No, of course
yeah.
not.
It is just by any means, it is just you're helping each other out. You're in a small room anyway, so it wasn't like if you were trying to hide something, it would have been really hard to do so. But regardless, I mean, you helped each other out. If like obviously there was the conflict of the books.
True.
That
That
was
was only because of the sanity roll, though. I think we would have been fine if it weren't for that.
I think if you hadn't have fumbled the roll, I don't think the book would have latched onto you as much as it did.
Yeah.
It was purely because you were holding it, like reading it, that it kind of like infatuated you. I feel like otherwise it would have just been, you know, blah, scary kind of vibes.
I think with the personality as well, because like with Ophelia, as she's drawn to books with being a book dealer, and also drawn to Greece because of her studies there, I think that probably wouldn't have like helped in a way, because your mind will go certain ways, right?
Mm-hmm. If it's an interest of yours and you see not only with it being a book but also on a subject you're obviously going to be like, ooh.
And then having seen all the letters being like, we've never heard of this book before, you'd suddenly think, oh my gosh, I've never heard of this book. All of these experts have never heard of this book. This is a valuable book full of knowledge, so I think it made sense in that regard too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think you role played the aspect of wanting this book quite well. To be fair, it's like I think if anyone in a field that involved books, like I feel like if something medical was like for Keeks, Keeks' character, like there would have been some level of like desire to have the book if if it was a book on like cosmic healing or something. I think Keeks would have probably been in the same situation. Of like the demand of wanting this book, like the fight over like who has it, and I just the fact that Ophelia is the only person to take damage in this, and it was like not even from the creature.
Not even from the creature, one from the coins landing on my head, and the other one from the book being slammed across it by Ruby.
So the creature does 1d6 plus 1d4 damage.
Ooh.
So
I probably would have died if it hit me.
It probably would have knocked you unconscious, and then you would have probably wouldn't doing the book roll, not the book rolls, the constitution rolls. But if it had got the actual book first, if it had wrestled the book free from Keeks, it would have seeked like some sort of escape, probably by leaping out the window, or running out the house. I feel like it would have only really have attacked if like the attempt on taking it had failed. If the attack had if the grabbing the book had failed and like you'd have took like some flack from it, it would have probably started to fight you. Funnily enough, if the fight went on for too long, extra police are meant to, so the police that Tommy and Shanks went to get, they were meant to arrive. And they had like truncheons and revolvers to help with like the fight. But they weren't needed. They just instant death. Which is fine. Like I feel like it is. I think you guys did good. I think you. Obviously, this is Raina's second game of Call of Cthulhu, I believe. Yeah. First time in a group. It's Keeks' fifth time, I think.
It's been a few. It's been a few.
It's been a few. Somehow haven't died once.
Nope.
We'll change that.
Wow, bring it on.
But yeah, I think that will conclude unless anyone has any other final questions surrounding it.
No, I think that's. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say nothing from me, and I was going to ask you, but you already.
Oh no, sorry. No, I was just gonna say, are there any? You obviously don't have to give details, but are there any future ones you have planned or are planning to do?
I have a few planned. I also kind of want to do more. I might start doing like some Blades in the Dark. I don't want just the channel to just have pure Call of Cthulhu, because I feel like eventually I'll hit like a point where I've dried out my like resource of scenarios, and I feel like if I incorporate some stuff like Lancer, the mech TTRPG, or Blades in the Dark, other scenarios from other games, basically.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to start including sort of them as well. But the Call of Cthulhu scenarios are the ones that I'm most confident running, because there's a lot that they give you, and there's a lot of free reign as well. I feel the book kind of just like the scenarios normally just detail what's happening. It gives you a lot of background into what the characters' motivations are, and it kind of I allow you guys to kind of just like play how you want. More of a narrative style. Like you guys go explore, you do what you want to do. If like certain roles to call for certain things, I'll call them. But most of the part, I love like when like players interact with each other, and like you know, you're like finding all these mystery parts out.
Oh god, yeah. It's the interactions that make a difference. It's not everybody's gonna make the same choices.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I mean, I've ran the paper chase scenario like 3 times. Lighthouse, the Lightless Beacon as well. I've ran 3 times. For both of those scenarios, it's gone completely different in each one. Certain roles have been certain roles have been done, certain roles haven't been done. Different paths have been explored, and it boggles my mind. It doesn't boggle my mind, like I'm surprised by like when I'm sat here as a GM, I think, oh, they're gonna do this, then they're gonna do this, then they're gonna go over here and like interact with this object. But like players will go in and they'll go different idea, or you know, like how they want something to happen and such. And yeah, I guess that's my answer to that question.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for a fun campaign.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and make sure I hope you get some sleep tonight. Now the mention of a duvet with a creature crawling out of it has been mentioned.
Just me every morning, honestly.
Yeah. We'll see you guys all in the next adventures. Take care. Good night, and make sure to keep all your books nicely organized, and no Cthulhu Mythos. Right. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.